In this video, we are going to revise some questions from Mathematics 2017, paper 1. Now, the first part of this video will just consist of 13 questions. Now, let's look at the first question. So, 3x minus, in brackets, we have y minus 2x, close brackets, then negative 3y. Now, from there, we are going first to remove the brackets by multiply the negative times y, then the second one, negative times negative 2x. So now we can proceed here, 3x. So negative times y is negative y. Negative times negative 2x, we get positive 2x. Then minus 3y. From there, we can collect the like terms. So 3x plus 2x minus y minus 3y. So you can see that here we are going to add positive 2x, positive 2x, positive 3x. This gives us 5x. Then also this part we are going to add also, since we have the same sign, so negative y minus 3y, that's negative 4y. So this is our final answer because we cannot simplify it further since it consists of the alike terms. Now let's move on to question 2, where we are taught to evaluate. So we have 81 divided by 16, everything raised to the power negative 1 over 4 plus 81 over 16 raised to the power 0. So first we are going to convert this part into a positive index. So this is same as 1 over 81 over 16 raised to the power 1 over 4 plus, so 81 over 16 raised to the power 0. This is just 1 because anything raised to the power 0 is always 1. So from there we need to first simplify the other party. Now from the other party, the numerator of the fraction is called the power. Then here we are looking at the root. So let's proceed. 1 over, so the first step we need to write the square root. So the square root here. Then our 81 and 16 denotes the base, so this should be written under the square root. Then our root is 4 raised to the power 1 plus 1. So 1 over the fourth root, the number that we can multiply by itself 4 times to give us 81 is 3. Then the fourth root of 16, that is 2 plus 1. From there, so let's simplify the 1 over 3 over 2. So I will just write it as 1 divided by 3 over 2, this in brackets, then plus 1, this one here. Then from there, let's write this as a fraction. So 1 is same as 1 over 1. Then the division changes into multiplication. Then we flip our fraction, 2 over 3 plus 1. So 1 over 1 times 2 is 2, over 1 times 3 is 3 plus 1. So here we can say over 1 so that we find the lowest common denominator, which is so here, which is our common denominator is 3. 3 into 3 is 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 into 3 is 3 times 1, that is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5 divided by 3. So that is our final answer for the second question. Now let's move on to question 3. The gradient of the line joining the points negative 2, k and k, negative 14 is 2. Calculate the value of k. So we are dealing with a question where the gradient is given. So let's first write our coordinates. So here we have negative 2, k. So this will be our x1, y1. Then the other pair will be our 2. So so negative 14 and k. Here we have, this is our x2, y2. So we can now proceed by writing the formula. So gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now we can see that the gradient is given, which is 2. So where there is m, we substitute with 2 is equal to y2. Our y2 is -14 minus our y1, that's k, divided by x2 is k minus our x1 is -2, then over 1, so that we can cross multiply and solve for k. So from there we can see that here we are going to have 2k, then this negative times -2 is positive 2 is equal to 1 times -14 minus k is -14 minus k. So 2 times k is 2k plus 2 times 2 is 4 is equal to -14 minus k. We can now collect the like terms. Our negative k will shift to the left side, while positive 4 will shift to the right side. So here we are going to get 2k plus k, the negative changes into positive, minus 14 minus 4. So 2k plus k is 3k is equal to -14 minus 4 is -18. So we can now divide. So if you divide both side by 3, our final answer is k. I mean -6. Now let's move on to, okay, so question 4. We have been given a question, ax squared y minus 4ay raised to the power 3. So let's first find the common factor. A is our common factor. What else? Y is also our common factor. So if we divide ay into ax squared y, we have x squared minus, here we have 4. A is, we have removed our a and also one y, so we have y raised to the power 2. So let's see if we can break each factor into squared. So 4 is same as the 2 raised to the power 2. Then we have y raised to the power 2. So upon reaching this stage, we are going to use the difference of two squares. So this is ay, open brackets. We need to open two pairs of brackets. So the first one will consist of x, and also here x positive minus 2 y, and also y here. So this is our final answer. Now for question 5, points P have coordinates, so 2, 4. This is what we call a column form. Then we also have our Q with coordinates -3 and 1. So this, the format that I've written in, is what we call the column vector. So for us to find the PQ, we need to add the two vectors. So this is same as PQ is equal to P plus Q. So the vector for P, 2, 4 plus -3, 1. Okay, so now we can proceed. 2 plus -3, then 4 plus 1. So we can now see that here we're going to have 2 positive times negative is -3. Then here we have 4 plus 1, that is 5. Then our final answer is 2 minus 3 is -1. Then and 5 here. So this is our answer, and we are going to leave it like this because we are told to express it as a column vector. Okay, now let's move on to question 6. Question 6, we have been given a shade B complement intersecting A intersecting C in the Venn diagram below. So let's first consider. So we have A intersecting C. So our A intersecting C, this is our region of A intersecting C. Now this B and the part of intersecting of A and C should not be included. So the part that should be shaded is here. So our final answer, we are just going to shade here. So this is our B complement. So this means that whatever that is in B must not be included, including where it is intersecting the A and C. Now let's move on to question 7. Question 7, we have been given matrix says this. So the first one, matrix A, has the elements 3, 2, 1, then 4, 3, 0. So the first question, we are trying to find a transpose of A. So the transpose is just, we are going to change the rows of the first matrix must become the columns of the second matrix. So here our 3 is here, then 2, 1. So we have converted the first row into the first column of our A transpose, then our 4, 3, 0. So this is how you transpose a matrix. Now let's look at the AB as a single matrix. So let's first begin by, we are finding our AB. So matrix A has 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 0. Matrix B has 1, 2, 3, then 3 to 1, then we have 0, 1, 0. So let's now proceed. So we are going to have row by column. So 3 will multiply with 3 will multiply with 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 times 1 is 1. So we are done with the first column. We go to the second column. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 times 2, 4, plus 1 times 1, 1. We are done also with the second column. Let's go to our third last column. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 times 1 is 2, 1 times 0, that is 0. So we are done multiplying the first row with the columns in our second matrix. So let's go to the second row. So our second row has the first entity, 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 times 3, 9, plus 0 times 0, that's 0. We move to the second column. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 times 2, 6, plus 0 times 1, 0. Go to the last one. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 times 1 is 3, plus 0. Now let's finalize. Let's find our final answer here. So 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 1, 10. 6 plus 4, 10 plus 1, 11. 9 plus 2, 11 plus 0, that is 11. We are done. Then 4 plus 9, 13 plus 0, 13. 8 plus 6, 14 plus 0, 14. 12 plus 3, that's 15, plus 0, 15. So this is our AB. This is our AB as a single matrix. So it means we've combined the two matrices A and B to form one single matrix. So now let's move on to, okay, so now we can proceed to question 8. So for the sequence, the sequence 25, 22, 19, 16. So this is our first term, second term, third term, fourth term. Now the first question is, we are trying to find the formula for the nth term. So let's apply the formula for AP. So the formula is Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 in brackets multiplied by common difference. So let's find the common difference. So common difference can be found by second term minus first term. Second term is 22 minus 25. So 22 minus 25 is -3. And it's making sense since the sequence was decreasing. This simply means that they were subtracting. If we subtract -3 from 25, we have 22 minus 3, 19 minus 3, 16. So that's our common difference. Now let's proceed by finding the formula. So in finding the formula, where there is n, you don't substitute anything. Now our A is our first term. So first term is 25 plus n minus 1 multiplied by common difference. So the common difference, we will multiply the first one by n, then the second one by -1. So now we can proceed. 25. Now here we have positive times -3 times n is -3n. Then -3 times -1, that is +1. So we can now collect the like terms. So 25 plus 3 minus 3n. So 25 plus 3 is 28 minus 3n. So this is our formula for the nth term. Now we can move on to question B, where we are trying to find the sum of the first 20 terms. So sum is equal to n over 2a plus n minus 1. So you need to commit these formulas to memory. So now when finding the sum, where there is any, you substitute with the number of terms. So here 20 terms. So 20 over 2. Now here we know that a is the first term. Then first term 25 times 2. Here we are going to have 50 plus n is 20 minus 1 times -3. So we can now divide 2 into 20 is 10. Then plus 20 minus 1 is 19 times -3. So 10, 50. So negative times positive, that's negative. 3 times 9, 27, carry 2. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 57. So here we have 10. Now 50 minus 57 is -7. So our final answer is 10 times -7, which is -70. So that is our final answer there. Now let's also look at question 9. Town L is on 0 degrees, 30, and town K is on 0 degrees, 60, as shown in the diagram. Now let's look at the first question. If the radio quiz is scheduled to start at 12 hours at L, so at L the time is 12 hours. Now the question is, find the time which the people at K will be listening to the quiz. So we are finding the time at K. So the first step to do is we need to find the difference in longitude. So let's look at the two given longitudes. One is west, then the other one is east. So whenever we have one longitude located west and the other one located east, you need to add for it to find the difference. So this is same as 30 plus 60. Then this will give us our common difference. Our difference, we can say, is 90. So the difference in longitude between L and K is 90. So now we need to convert our 90 degrees into hours. So now remember, 1 hour is equal to 15 degrees. So 1 hour is equal to 15 degrees. So if we put x here, then our 90 will be written, if we cross multiply, 15 degrees times x is 15 degrees x. 90 times 1 hour, that is just 90 degrees hour. We divide by 15 and also here by 15. So x is equal to, we are going to get 6 hours. Okay, so the easiest way, after finding the difference in longitude, if you are trying to find now to convert the given the calculated difference in longitude into hours, you just have to divide by 15, since 1 hour is equal to 15 degrees. So therefore, now after we have found that the difference in hours between town L and K is 6 hours, since we are finding time ahead, we need to add. So what you do is 12 hours plus the 6 hours that we've calculated, plus the 6 hours that we have calculated. So you can see that the people at K will be listening to this quiz at 18 hours. So if you are finding the time ahead, you will add, but if it was backward, you subtract. Now let's move on to question B. What is the distance between L and K in kilometers? So let's look at distance. So distance, the formula is theta over 360 2 pi r cos x, since it is the distance along latitude. So our theta is the difference in longitude. We've calculated this value, 90 over 360. 360 is same as 4 times 90 times 2 times our pi is 22 over 7. Radius is 6370 times cos. We can see that we are dealing with equator cos 0. So now let's see how we can now cancel. So this 90 and this 90 goes, I have 1 over. Now 4 is same as 2 times 2 times 2 times 22 is same as 11 times 2 over 7 times 63 70 times 1. Cos 0 is always equal to 1. From there we can now proceed. We can cancel these two, and this one, also this one. So we can see that here we have 11 times. Now let's see if we can divide 7 into 63 70. So 7 into 7 1, 7 into 63, so 14 21 28 35 42 49 54 53, so is 9. So 7 into 63 is 9. 7 into 70, that is 10. So times 9 10. So let's now multiply the two numbers so that we can now find the final answer. Now if you are multiplying two numbers like this one, where we have the first number has 2 digits and the second number has 3 digits, now we can ignore the 0. We can ignore the 0, so we can just say 11 times 91. So we can now times 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 1 is 9. So let's add 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 9, 10. Carry 1. Then here plus that 1 is 10. So our answer, we 11 times 91, that is 1001. So 1001. Then you add the 0 that you ignored, 0. So this is what you do if you're not using a calculator meter. So this is how you can find the final answer. Okay, now let's move on. Let's go to question 10. Now question 10, the probability that Chuck Paleza will go for remedial lessons on a particular day is 7/10. What is the probability that she will not go for her remedial lessons on that particular day? Okay, so let's do probability of go. So of probability of will go plus probability of will not go is equal to 1. Then the probability of this person going is 7 divided by 10 plus the probability of, we just put n where not going, is equal to 1. So we are going to move 7/10 to their side. So we have probability of not going is equal to 1 minus 7/10. So over 1, lowest common denominator is 10. 1 into 10 is 10 times 1, that is 10, minus 10 into 10 is 1 times 7, 7. Then 10 minus 7 is 3/10. So that is the probability of not going. So the point here is, if you have been given one probability and asked to find the other probability, just subtract the given probability from 1, then you have the answer. Now let's look at, we have 10 raised to the power x is equal to 0.0001. So the question is, we want to solve the equation, so we're trying to find the value of x. So our first step for a question like this one, let's move our decimal point to the right side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is same as 10 raised to the power x. So we know that here we are going to have 1.0 same as 1. We can just say 1.0 times 10 to the power -4. The negative, whenever you are moving to the right side, the power is negative. Then the 4 indicates the points or position the point has shifted. Now we can now summarize this one as, we know that 1.0 is same as 1. 1 times 10 is same as 10 raised to the power -4. So we can see that we have the same bases here, 10, 10. So our answer is equal to this value. So our final answer is equal to x minus 4. That's our final answer. Now let's move on to question 11. Given that E is equal to, so in vessel 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, A is equal to 4, 8, and 12, B 2, 10, and 12, list A intersecting B. So let's make this as our visual diagram. Okay, let's see. So we have two sets. This is our A, this is our B, then our. So first let's find the A intersecting B. So the elements that are common in A and B, in A and B is 12. So 12 here, let's put our 12 here. 12 is common. Then from A, here is the 4, 8, 12. So 4, 8, we have written the 12. Then our B, 2, 10. So from there we can see that we are going to have 4 on the outside, 4, 6, 4, not 4 is already there, so 6, what else, 6, 8 is written, 10 is written, okay, 6. So here we can see that the question is we are trying to list A intersecting B. So the relationship is between A and B. Now here the point is whatever that is in A intersecting B must not be included. So if we shade this our A, we can see that our final answer is 2, 10. Okay, that is our final answer. Now let's move on. Let's look at so the diagram below is a sector with center on, radius 7 centimeters, angle O is 270 degrees. Calculate the area of the sector. So formula for the area, theta over 360 pi r squared. So the theta is the angle. So the angle here we can see that is 270. Now 270, let me just break it into two numbers. 270 is same as 3 times 90 degrees. That is 270. Then 360 is same as 4 times 90. By now you have gotten the pattern why I'm breaking the numbers, so that at least I have one number that I can cancel. Pi is 22 over 7 times our radius is 7 centimeter, another 7 centimeter. So let's cancel what is necessary. So 90 here we cancel, 7 here we cancel 7. So let's see what we are remaining. So it's 3 over 4. 4 is same as 2 times 2. Then 22 is same as 11 times 2. Then times here we have 1. So 1 centimeter times 7 centimeter is 7 centimeter squared. So we can see that we can cancel here and also here. Then we have 3 over 2 times 11 times 7 centimeters. So what we are going to do is first let's multiply 11 by 7. Since we know that 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 1, so here we have 7 multiplied by centimeter squared. Now 2 over 3, 3 over 2 is same as 1.5. If we divide, is 1.5 times 77 squared, because we know that 2 into 3 is 1, remainder 1. 2 into 1 is impossible. We put a decimal, we add this, so 2 into 10, that's where 1.5 is coming from. Now let's find our final answer. So we ignore the decimal for now, so we have 77. So 77, we just write 15. 7 times 5 is 35. We keep 3. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 3, 38. So 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 7 is 7. Now let's find the sum. Here is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 8 plus 7, 15, carry 1. 7 plus 3, 10, plus 1, 11. So our final answer is 1155. So just look at now how many decimal places we have is 1. So we can now look at it. We are going to have 1 decimal place like this. So squared. Or the other pattern that you can do whenever you have a question where you're multiplying a certain number times 1.5, if you can master this point, is it you can find the half of that number. So what is the half of 37? 37. So this is 77 is 37.5. So 37.5 plus 77 will give you 115.5 centimeters squared. So this is how we can find the final answer for that part. Now we go to the last part of our video for today. So we have the function f and g and defined by f of x is equal to x plus 1 and g of x is equal to 5x plus minus 1. Now the first we are looking at the inverse. So let's first write there our function g of x is equal to 5x minus 1. So whenever we are trying to find the inverse where there is this expression of g of x, we put y is equal to 5x minus 1. Then our work is to make x the subject of formula, so we are going to shift our negative 1 to the left side, giving us y is equal to plus 1 is equal to 5x. From there we can divide by 5 and also here by 5. So if we cancel, x is equal to y plus 1 over 5. Now where there is x here, we need to substitute with this one. So therefore our final answer is g of inverse is equal to, where there is y, we replace with x plus 1 over, so this is our inverse of this function. Then part B, we are finding the composite, where one function will be substituted into the x of another function. So we have f. So we have f. Am I keeping writing this? Okay, so f of g of x is equal to, so the first function is f, then the g function will be substituted into the x function, the x of f. So our f is 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. So where there is x here, we are going to substitute with this part, the function of g. So it's 2 open brackets 5x minus 1 plus 1. Okay, then we can expand. 2 times 5x is 10x, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus 1. Our final answer is 10x minus 1. Okay, let's find now f of g of, so this function, now we have a number, f of g of x we have found is 10x. I'm running out of space here. Okay, let's just do this. So we can say f of g of x is equal to 10x minus 1. So f of g of negative 3, this means that where there is x, we put negative 3 minus 1. So 10 times negative 3 is negative 30 minus 1. So our final answer is negative 31. Okay, so now we can now move on to question A. The kite in the diagram in the answer space has coordinate 0, 0, 2, 1, 5, 0, and 2, negative 2. Draw the image of the kite after a reflection in the line y is equal to x. So the first step is, let's draw the line y is equal to x. Okay, so this is our line. So now the image, the distance between the image and the object should be equal whenever you're dealing with the reflection. So this point will be here. Now let's look at this one. So this point is here. point will be here. So our image will be formed like this. That is our answer for that part. Then for the last part, differentiate. So we have y is equal to 1 over 3 x raised to the power 3 minus 5x squared minus 2x with respect to x. So differentiation is dy over dx. So whenever you are differentiating, the power will be brought down. So this becomes 3x, then 3 minus 1 minus 5. This power will also be then in front of x, so this becomes 2x, 2 minus 1 minus 2 here, the power is 1. So if we bring a 1 down, it's 1 minus 1. So we can see that we have 1 over 3 to the power 2 minus 5, 2x to the power 1 minus 2x to the power 1 minus 1 is 0. So we can cancel this one. So 1 times x to the power 2 is just x to the power 2 minus 5 times 2x is 10x. Then here this is same as 1 because x raised to the power 0 is 1 times negative 2, that is negative 2. So this is our final answer for this problem. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so that as soon as I post new videos you are notified. Thanks for watching.